It's December 1988 in a car park in Bologna, and F1 cars are preparing to race. What? The Formula 1 Indoor Trophy was a competition held at the Bologna Motor Show every year between 1988 and 1996, apart from in 1994. Despite the deceptive name, the race was held in a car park outside, and given that the event was held in December, weather often played a factor. The track is short at just 1.3 kilometres, and it was marked out by tyres and temporary curbs. The format was a knockout format, with drivers facing off head-to-head in quarterfinals, semi-finals and the final. They had to complete 4 laps, and the faster driver progressed through to the next round. In the inaugural F1 Indoor Trophy, 6 drivers from 5 teams entered. There were Alex Caffi for Dallara, Nicola Larini for Asella, Fabrizio Barbazza for Eurobrun, Gabriele Tarquini for First. First were an International Formula 3000 team who planned on entering Formula 1 in 1989, although that didn't happen. And finally, Minardi entered 2 cars driven by Luis Perez Sala and Pierluigi Martini. The first quarterfinal saw Caffi defeat Nicola Larini, and he would face Pierluigi Martini in the first semi-final after he defeated Gabriele Tarquini. Luis Perez Sala beat Fabrizio Barbazza to progress to the second semi-final, where he had faced Nicola Larini, who was the fastest loser. Caffi and Perez Sala won their respective semi-finals to face off in the final, and it was Perez Sala who would come out on top to be the inaugural F1 Indoor Trophy champion. Reigning champion Luis Perez Sala returned to the F1 Indoor Trophy in 1989 with Minardi alongside teammate Pierluigi Martini. Asella entered 2 cars driven by Enrico Battaglia and Andrea Chiesa. Scuderia Italia sent Andrea De Cesaris. Eurobrun took Claudio Longes, and Pierre-Henri Raphael represented Coloni. Andrea De Cesaris was given a bye through to the semi-finals as he was the fastest in the warm-up. He would face reigning champion Perez Sala in the semi-final after he beat Raphael in the quarter-final. Enrico Battaglia beat Longes, and Pierluigi Martini beat Chiesa to set up an all-Italian semi-final. Perez Sala progressed from his semi-final and would face his teammate Martini in the final, making it an all-Minardi final. Perez Sala defended his crown and became back-to-back F1 Indoor Trophy champion in 1989. Only 5 cars entered in 1990. Pedro Chavez for Coloni, Olivier Grouillard for Asella, JJ Lehto for Scuderia Italia, Gianni Morbidelli for Minardi, and Domenico Sgracciatella for Eurobrun. Chavez was given a bye into the semi-final where he had faced Grouillard, who beat JJ Lehto in one of the 2 quarter-finals. Gianni Morbidelli beat Sgracciatella in the other quarter-final to advance. He faced JJ Lehto in the semi-final, who had progressed from the quarter-finals as the fastest loser. He lost to Morbidelli in the first semi-final before Grouillard beat Chavez to make it into the final. Morbidelli came out victorious, making it the 3rd win in 3 years for the Minardi team. In 1991, the entry list was back up to 6 drivers and 5 teams. Lotus sent Johnny Herbert, Scuderia Italia sent JJ Lehto, Gabriele Tarquini was representing Fondmetal, Antonio Tonsuini was Coloni's entrant, and Minardi entered 2 cars, driven by Mario Apicella and Gianni Morbidelli. Tarquini upset Johnny Herbert to win the first quarter-final, and he would face JJ Lehto in the semi-final after he beat Apicella in his quarter-final. The third and final quarter-final saw Morbidelli defeated by his countryman Gabriele Tarquini. Tarquini beat JJ Lehto in the semi-final, and Johnny Herbert, who had advanced to the semi-finals as the fastest loser, beat Tamburini to advance to the final, where once again he would lose to Tarquini, making it the first win for a non-Minardi team in the F1 Indoor Trophy. 1992 is the year with the most footage available, but only 3 teams and 5 cars entered. Lotus's only entry was Johnny Herbert, Scuderia Italia sent Michele Alboreto and JJ Lehto, and Christian Fittipaldi and Alex Zanardi were the entrants for Minardi. Fittipaldi got a bye into the semi, where he faced JJ Lehto, who had defeated Alex Zanardi in the first quarter-final. In the other quarter-final, Johnny Herbert beat Michele Alboreto to face Zanardi in the semi-final as the fastest loser. Lehto beat Fittipaldi, and Herbert beat Zanardi. In the final, Herbert was victorious to become the first non-Italian car to win the F1 Indoor Trophy. Again in 1993, only 5 drivers and 3 teams entered, with Scuderia Italia sending Michele Alboreto and Fabrizio Barbazza. Vittorio Zoboli and Rubens Barrichello drove for Jordan, and Pierluigi Martini was driving the Sol Minardi. There was a change of format for 1993, with one driver being eliminated in the preliminary round before the semi-finals. Barbazza was the unlucky loser in the preliminary round, leaving Barrichello to face Zoboli and Martini to face Alboreto. Barrichello and Martini won their semi-finals before Barrichello won again to win the whole F1 Indoor Trophy for 1993. There was also a new third place race in which Zoboli defeated Alboreto, making it a Jordan 1-3. After a break for 1994, the F1 Indoor Trophy returned to 6 participants in 1995, but only from 2 teams. Giancarlo Fisichella, Luca Badoer and Pierluigi Martini drove for Minardi, and 40 entered Vittorio Zoboli, Giovanni Lavaggi and Andrea Montemini to complete an all-Italian lineup. The 3 Minardis topped the preliminary round, and Montemini was the only 40 to advance into the semi-final. He lost to Luca Badoer, who would face Fisichella in the final after he defeated his teammate Martini. Badoer came out victorious, and Martini made it a Minardi 1-2-3 in the third place race. The final F1 Indoor Trophy took place in 1996, and it had arguably the strongest lineup. Minardi's 2 drivers were Giovanni Lavaggi and Tasso Marquez. Ligier brought Olivier Panis and Shinji Nakano, and Benetton entered Giancarlo Fisichella and Jarno Trulli. Eliminated in the preliminary round were Marquez and Panis. Nakano qualified for the semi-finals after finishing 4th in the preliminary round, but his crash during that round meant that he couldn't participate further, and Marquez was given his place in the semi-finals. Marquez was then beaten by Fisichella in the first semi-final, before Lavaggi defeated Trulli to set up an all-Italian final. Fisichella defeated Lavaggi in the final ever F1 Indoor Trophy final to become the F1 Indoor Trophy champion forevermore.